Good day, Wilmington friends, and welcome back. Another fantastic. I was trying to come up with an adjective, and I was struggling there, so I went with fantastic episode. Cellar Chats. I'm Chris. I'm here in the cellar at the second glass, and well, it's gonna be a little wet today, guys. If you hadn't noticed, or haven't got out of bed, or haven't looked at the weather, we're gonna get some rain, and we're gonna get some wind, but that's okay. We are used to it, we are resilient, and we'll be just fine. I will start out by saying, if you are watching this and you haven't heard, Second Glass is closed this evening due to the storm, so they will not be open tonight, but they will reopen tomorrow with, foregoing any issues that may come about due to the storm. Hopefully we all don't lose power for extended periods of time. And we all just have a nice rainy Wednesday, Thursday, rolling into a beautiful holiday weekend. So to wet your whistle after this storm, as you come back out of your hibernation in your homes and hopefully keeping generators going and playing puzzles and whatever it is you do during a hurricane, tropical storm, I usually have plenty of drinks and eat food. That's usually my goal, but that's pretty much every day. We got some really delicious French wines for post-storm enjoyment. So we're heading off to kind of like the northern cusps of France. We're going to hit some Loire Valley. We're going to hit some Burgundy. And we're going to have a little fun this week. So let's get into it. The first wine in the lineup for this week's weekly wine flights is Francis Blanchet, their Pouilly-Fumé Vieilles Vignes, old vines, for those of you who don't know what that means. So Pouilly-Fumé, we're in the Loire Valley, and this is, everyone wants to talk about Sancerre. It's the most famous, most recognized, most sought after Sauvignon Blanc, but you are truly missing out if you are ignoring Pouilly-Fumé. Basically a neighbor to Sancerre, same grape variety, 100% Sauvignon Blanc from Pouilly-Fumé. Slightly different soil types. You do get, hence the Fumé smoke. You do tend to get a little bit of like flinty characteristics in Pouilly-Fumé, whereas in Sancerre, sorry, it's telling me there's a slow connection, so I've stopped. There we go. In Sancerre, it's a little more crisp minerality, but you're in the same realm. And the real beauty about Pouilly-Fumé is that they tend to be less expensive, so you can get a lot of bang for the buck. And this wine is no exception to that rule. Wow, it is beautiful on the nose. Lots of I'll call them kind of lychee, grapefruit, not like searing grapefruit like New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, but more of a subtle grapefruit. Little peach character, some definite mineral stoniness to it. This is really stunning on the nose. I'm not lying at all. I'm not making this up. That is exactly how I feel. It is gorgeous. Yes, all the things you want from really great Sauvignon Blanc. Crisp, mineral, mouth-watering acidity from that bright citrus type characteristic. This is exceptional. I just want a big old plate of oysters or mussels to go along with this. I might just take this bottle home and drink it tonight for my storm wine, but we'll see. But definitely, if you are a fan of Sancerre or any Sauvignon Blanc and you've not dabbled in Pouilly-Fumé, this is your chance, because this wine is just plain delicious. Again, that is Francis Blanchet, their Pouilly-Fumé Vieilles Vignes from 2022. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous wine. Beautiful color, very delicate, kind of translucent, slightly straw colored. Yeah, knocked it out of the park there, guys. Amazing wine. All right, moving into the second wine of the lineup for this week. This is Olivier Morin. They are based in Chitry, which is up near Burgundy. So we're up near, but it is in Burgundy. Wow. It's up near Chablis, and it's kind of on the southwest side of Chablis. So Chitry, kind of like a underdog area, but has started to get a little bit of notice from the wine world as Burgundy becomes more and more expensive. People are searching for the outlying areas in Burgundy that maybe have have gone overlooked, but might be producing what is really great value wines from the classic varieties of Burgundy. So Aligoté, which is the grape variety we have in this wine, long history in Burgundy, and it started having like a bit of a renaissance in the wine industry amongst somms and professionals. Maybe 6 or 7 years ago, people started really paying attention to it around the time when white Burgundy started really shooting through the roof price point. And some of the greatest wine producers in Burgundy make an Aligoté. So Aligoté has some similarities to Chardonnay. It can have some structure. It has that like kind of transcending terroir, really showcasing the earth and the soils that it grows in. But, you know, they aren't taken as seriously as Chardonnay. It's, you know, for all intents and purposes, it's probably not going to reach like the grandiose levels of really great white Burgundy Chardonnay can do. But to be honest, how many of us are drinking those wines anyways? So that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for something that's delicious and makes us happy and, you know, doesn't break the bank. And Aligoté does all those things. Definitely more stony and mineral, whereas the Sauvignon Blanc from Pouilly-Fumé was a little more bright citrus, a lot of fruit on the nose up front. Another slow connection, and we're back. Sorry. This is a little more mineral driven, but you can tell that there's a little more weight to it, a little more golden in color than the Pouilly-Fumé. Yeah, wow, that's lovely. Really kind of a broad textural element to this wine. A little more mouth coating. It's not heavy by any means. Kind of more of those orchard fruits, very subtle, kind of like soft, like kind of Bosque pear-esque elements. Again, the Pouilly-Fumé kind of comes out the gate, lots of fruit, lots of flavor there, really vibrant, kind of finishes pretty quick with that acidity. The Aligoté kind of comes in, it's a little more nuanced, a little softer. It's kind of a little shy to show up, but it's got a lot of breadth to it, making it just a really lovely sipping wine. I really just want some like roast chicken. That's all I'm craving right now. Oh, wow. That's really good. I love that. Again, Olivier, Morin, Bourgogne, Aligoté. Really, really cool stuff. And then moving into always a fan favorite. Petit Saint-Vincent, located in the Saumur-Champigny region in Loire Valley, so we're in the middle Loire. So to give you a frame of reference, we've got the Loire Valley. Here's the Atlantic Ocean, so I'm going to put it sort of more akin to what you guys will be seeing. You got the Atlantic Ocean over here, and then you've got kind of like the far side of the Loire heading towards Paris. You've got basically Sancerre and Pouilly-Fumé are on this far side closer to Paris. You got Muscadet all the way along the Atlantic Ocean, and then you've got what they call the Middle Loire, which has Anjou and Saumur and Chinon, and basically we're in Cabernet Franc haven, if you will. And Saumur-Champigny is among the top 3 most beloved sub-appellations of the Loire Valley for Cab Franc. The other 2 being Chinon and Bourgogne. Although I think Anjou as a greater character really has some incredible stuff. But Saumur-Champigny is sort of definitely the one that people talk about. Again, this is Petit Saint-Vincent. This is their entry-level Saumur-Champigny. He has holdings in some of the most prized areas. He's neighbors with some of the most famous, hint, hint, Clos Regard is just around the corner from him. And these wines and I've talked about this before, but I'm assuming not everybody has watched every one of these. I've not watched all of them, so I would not expect anybody else to. The thing I really like about Cab Francs from Saumur-Champigny is they tend to have a little more lifted aromatic character, and they're a little more delicate on the palate. The serious ones can age, and they've got structure, and they got all those things, but like, for me, Chinon is a little wild and kind of like exotic. Bourgogne tends to be a little bit more dense and brooding. And Saumur-Champigny sort of gives you that like lifted, really beautiful kind of, I just want to sit back and really just smell this wine and give it some time. And it's just really delightful on the palate. Again, kind of like red berries, blackberries, subtle herbs. Yeah, gorgeous color. Just this mildly translucent, kind of ruby in color. Really nice tannins here. You know, Cab Franc, it tends to be a softer wine than Cabernet Sauvignon. It definitely has those that tannic structure, but it's a little lighter on the palate. It's not as full-bodied and dense. But at the same time, it's got a lot of body and, and it's got a decent amount of body, I should say, that can really stand up to something. I like Cab Francs with basic comfort foods, slow roasts, burgers, chicken, all the things that you might be wanting to cook right now on a rainy day where you're just trying to enjoy things and hope that the power doesn't go out. Gorgeous. All right, again, let's do a quick wrap up here, guys. Starting out the flight this week with Francis Blanchet, Pouilly-Fumé, their VA Vin. Moving into Olivier, Morin, Bourgogne, Aligoté. And then we're rounding out the flight. Little Petit Saint Vincent, Saumur-Champigny. Really, really good stuff. Again, reminder, second glass is closed tonight due to the storm. But foregoing any issues, they will be open tomorrow night. Come in, support them, get some food, have some flights, have a good time. Be safe out there, stay dry, and I'll see y'all next week.